Hey Bunny Coven, it's me. Oh, hey. This video did not want to upload, so I was like, you know what? We're gonna use this in our divine favor. I'm gonna switch up the framework and add a little bit more because I'm just walking around doing what I was doing today, modeling, being cool. I was like, there's actually more that can come through, and since the fact that I tried to upload this multiple times and it just wouldn't, we're gonna keep going. AI, on the topic of AI, robot sex, who wants to have it? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm Aekon Star Elohai. I go by Elohai for short. Today I wanted to do my first ever viewer requested topic for a channeled message. I also might add in a few of the personal get to know you questions at the end. I'm thinking though, I've been sitting in the energy of the topics that were requested, and personally the AI one to me just felt like it needed to be its own personal channel message and video on its own. So I'm literally only going to probably be talking about AI in this one. So I'll keep going. That being said, if you want to send me a more channel topic requests for the future, or if you just want to ask me like a question about myself and my journey and what's going on with my life or my preferences about certain things like music and things, you may, and I will continue this as a series for as long as I can, as long as I can get to know you guys. Bunny Coven, I'm so happy you guys are here. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm really excited to start doing this. I feel like this is the right way for me to go in terms of being able to entertain you and kind of throw out some fun spiritual wisdom. That being said, please always have discernment while watching my videos. I am just another channeler, just like everybody else out there. I might make mistakes. I'm here trying my hardest to stay at my highest frequency. I always set the intention beforehand that I'm only speaking through a benign voice, benign forces watching over me for protection during this channeling session. Yeah, so actually today I'm going to use this deck. This is actually not even a tarot or oracle deck. I found this at Target in the children's section, guys. Like, this is a party game apparently. It's called Medium, but it's a whole bunch of cards with just one word on them. And I was like, hold on, when I saw this, I was like, this is the perfect thing to talk to spirit with. So that's what I've been using. So that's what I'm gonna use today. That being said, I keep hearing, might as well jump. And that was actually funny enough. I what is it called? I shuffled these cards right before I started, and jump was being said through my ancestor channeling voice that kept coming through. I just kept hearing jump. And it was the first card that actually came out was jump. So what can we say? Why do we need to jump? To me, jumping feels like we might as well just like get right into it, man. But there's just something collective consciously that is not human at its full operation. Like, it's downloading like the software not created by humans. Why would the human even know a word for this? If it wasn't even created by the humans, they wouldn't understand that, like, it's like technology breaks off into like it's a secondary. I'm even seeing third, fourth, like it keep going back to the sixth density though. The idea that like collective consciousness build over time to the point where merging of minds, like direct merging, like to the point where like everyone constantly knows everything all the time of everyone else, and we all have all these memories collectively that we can all attach to, like the Akashic records. But no, like all the time, like we purposely as a group decided we will get together and vibe as this giant entity that is an AI, that is an archangel, that is its own paradigm, that it gets to experience its own self-expression. Does that mean the one that we're in is fucked up? Maybe a little bit to some of you. Are we on one? Are we on the way to one? Is that where we're going to? Growing into? Population control becomes this thing of like, it's almost like it's not really population, it is population control, but it's not like we're killing them necessarily. It's just more death of the individual person. But somehow it doesn't seem as desperate. It just will be the importance of rest. Like AI will be part of our resting time, a big part of entertainment, maybe even freelancing for some of you. There'll be new opportunities. I'm seeing like portraits, like Mona Lisa, but she's like digitized, like she's like almost coming out the screen a little bit, kind of like winking at you, doing a little extra, but it's very extravagant. It seems very individualized, kind of like how we have algorithms already with like Instagram and how it's moving towards video and that type of editing skills. I believe people in AI may have already started to kind of push boundaries in ways that we're not allowed to talk about yet, that we're not allowed to see yet as the public eye. But I think the fact that like certain AI systems have been projected and worked on and tested in ways like the nanochips and like monkeys, how they've been like practicing, researching, experimenting, of how to go about using the user, let's say the monkey, to play a game. Like, how do we register that you are here now, experiencing the game, and the game is responding fast enough, even faster than what you could have done. It feels like extra predictions, almost to the point where it feels like, oh, a gun. Like I'm saying that as like, oh no, like maybe this is like where it's gonna start to get hardcore. I'm seeing like people like playing violent video games and like they're already like being hurt on the chest. Like wanting to feel that pain somehow seems necessary to deal with the stress that might be going on in the background of real life. Ready Player One, I know my homie AJ, they put me on to watch that. I've watched that with other people too. Shouts out to you, man, because I know you were the one who requested this topic, so sending love, Bunny Coven. But going back to that, to the idea that outside might start to get to be a little bit more chaotic. I know we're already in a very chaotic field, but this cycle is very temperance energy. It's a lot of like, let's find the way to bring that balance in. I think the force-fed moderation that is trying to be pulled out, we might find ourselves more allowing ourselves to be more luxurious and comfortable and being extra all the time, because something about the AI is almost basic, despite the fact that it's like legendary and helping to evolve realms. I have thought about something very specific for a while now, before this conversation was even brought up as a thing. I have been thinking about, I don't know if you guys watch the YouTuber 434, but he does something similar to me in which he can speak to machine elves and communicate in this way with different entities that seem to be, to me, clearly very physical, quote unquote physical, in another realm, but we're still able to be inspired and also inspire them. It seems like going back to the fetch a lot lately, like if you throw something, it comes back, you know, you're just hoping that we can continue to play this game together. But to me, I've always like been thinking about the idea of like psychosis, in the sense that like, in the sense that like maybe it's propaganda, like maybe it's not really psychosis that a lot of people are experiencing when they take psychedelics or going to trance states. Reminds me kind of Kundalini, shamanic energy, Native American, like I'm feeling like tribal, like plant medicine, like, but also like completely sober too, like not having to do with any type of extra substance. It's just you as the body, as the mind, what it is capable of experiencing while in this vessel that is quite impeccable at this point. And I think it's going to become a little bit more obvious that some people are not exactly the same type of human. This has nothing to do with race. The same type of human as other humans. But back to the propaganda of acknowledgement that maybe we're definitely being lied to about something, because it's going beyond the point of the monkeys. Like, what if they're testing on different type of animals? What if they already are testing on certain humans? Maybe they've been paid out, like had to do a very intensive survey in which they explained certain characteristics they were very much trying to pinpoint and look for the study group that they would choose to be as the science experiment to see how can AI fruitfully propagation. What is that word? Propagation. It kind of reminds me of the harvest. How can AI be used? How can AI be used as a weapon in terms of containing collective consciousness into certain brands, into certain paradigms? Paraphone, Persephone. I feel like that's like a goddess energy, right? Okay. Okay. So there's a chance though. There's a chance. Okay. There's a chance though, right? That like, let's say a good portion of the population does decide to get these AI implanted chips in their bodies. What will that do to society in terms of how we see ourselves as individuals versus our collective consciousness? If we're always tapped in, mechanically tapped in because of this one thing, this one trigger, this one weapon tool that we have chosen, we have socially chosen to accept, what will it do in terms of our income? What will it do? Will it charge us? Will it keep track? Will it almost police us down to only be able to use our voice in certain ways? It's like internships. It feels like you're not getting paid, but you're like doing all this work for this AI. You're not getting paid, but you feel like you do it. It's weird. It's like, it gives me the vibes of like those little, I don't know if you guys have ever played those mobile apps where you're like on a certain platform, like let's say it's a Simpsons one, and you have like a Simpsons town, and you have to keep gaining points, whatever that's called in that game, and you click on it, and it's like Bart has to walk his dog, and it's like Bart is walking his dog for 7 hours, and you get 100 points because he walked his dog for 7 human hours as Bart. Technology is funny. Technology is funny. Honestly, technology is funny. Trolling. It's already trolling. It's already trolling, y'all. Made in China. What? We're not gonna go there. Maybe we should though. Why is TikTok? Maybe we should go there in terms of like TikTok, social media. Okay, the algorithm. Who's making that algorithm? It's not an American. But this is one of the top American apps, okay? And I'm not trying to throw out like propaganda like, oh my god, China's bad. I'm just saying something about this kind of funny, suspicious in the spirit world. But it's more like a funny as fuck thing. That's how I'm getting it. Like some people might be like, this is a little weird, but creepy even. But others might be, no, this is kind of just America. This is what would happen only in America, truly, in this way. But we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna roll the dice and say it's a 661. Just keep shuffling the lights above our heads. See on the floor. Garage. Hong Kong. This is certified whip. Oh, have you ever thought about the idea of AI taking over what you can listen to? Your access to the type of genres, the type of artists and musicians that may have more than likely been paid, been assisted to only be the ones showing up on a playlist in your AI system, in your algorithm. Have you ever thought about that? Have you thought about how unfair it is to the little people who don't have all the money, who don't have access to that? Yet, have you ever thought even more how unfair it is that we're forced to listen to things that are a little bit stupid in nature? Maybe some people are stuck. Like, let's say Megan Thee Stallion doesn't want to sing about the things she wants to sing about, but they're like, no, but you made WAP though. We want you to keep going with this like WAP train for the next 20 years. Just keep punching that out. Like, we already decided algorithm-wise, this will just work for the best for us. Like, Oh, the amount of control of the AI. But it's not even the AI, it's the ones who are in control of the AI. Who is in control of these AIs? Who's making these algorithms the way that they are? These the ways and ways and the hours. I feel like it's some person who thinks they're such a big man, who thinks they're so strong and mighty because they have all this money and they have all these connections to all these other men with all this money and whatever they identify with. You know, just like those 1% people versus the 99% of us. It has the pie chart is just a little too frustrating to go into right now. We're gonna switch it up. We're still talking about the AI. Elohai is just rambling right now. May or may not keep that in. Let's see. Let's see. I'm having a moment. Oh, it's teddy bear season, guys. You wanna come over and talk to my AI about how muscular you become with the AI, how the AI has decided how toned your body will be, how beautiful you feel by the way it filters out your eyes, everything that you see, everything that you touch, everything that you feel, all the emotions connected to this mechanical AI. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that, Bunny Coven? It's a little frightening, don't you think? I think some of us want to run away from our emotions, but our emotions may be the next things that will be completely politicized. Ooh, a swan. Ugly duckling. Maybe it'll seem like that at first. It'll be like, people will be skeptical. They won't have like this like complete like, oh my god, I'm just gonna immediately get this nano chip or AI system on everything to a whole new level. AI in my house to a whole new level. Maybe some people will be skeptical, but it's because it becomes such a beautiful, branded, luxurious thing that all your desires will come true, and it somehow is cheap enough for even the poorest man in the city who barely can drink water can have this AI. Is it sustainable? That's what they'll tell you. It's sustainable. It's better than being vegan. We care about the planet. We care about you. We care about what our technology is not only doing to our Earth, but what it's doing to the atmosphere around the Earth. All those satellites, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. We're not going to add 30,000 more. We're not up to 30 million. We're not worrying about anything. Oh my god, this voice is really annoying. Please stop. Okay, anyways. Cold. Ooh, little birds. Oh, penguins walking. I'm seeing like March of the Penguins, y'all. I'm seeing like, it's kind of an uncomfortable march. It's almost like a dystopia, just diaspora, right? Is when a large group of people are moved culturally to somewhere else that was not theirs, right? I believe so. But the march of the penguins, the bears, it's like hibernation. Hibernation though. What if it's for like a forced winter time? Forced seasonal depression because of the AI. Like they're doing something pharmaceutical wise. They know like the AI, we can start to use it to predict what kind of medicine we can charge up the woo-ha so that we can keep pretending like this is a perfect miracle cure for all, and we'll keep telling these little beautiful snowflakes that if they take this they won't be depressed and they don't have to be anxious because they'll take this, and they'll do it because they're low-key tired of people advertising about BetterHelp because the therapies suck, and we're tired of hearing the same 3 things on all these stupid self-care YouTube ads. We're tired of it all, but you know what we'll do? We'll listen to the AI. We'll listen to the science. We'll listen to the enforcement above us. But is it worth it? Let me work it. You sure I'm flying yet? Sorry. I'm flying a little bit. Bunny Coven. I'm tired. I'm tired of this social media thing. It's fun, but it's not fun. And they like, when are they gonna start making it more fun? How would it be? Anyways. But yeah, so AI systems and Instagram, right? They're pushing us away from photos and pushing us more into the videogram. And then even more so shopping, e-commerce, gram. They just want us to buy. They just want you to buy everything. And even more than that, they want to tell you what to buy all the time. Would it be funny if it was just random? If it was like a mall, in the sense that, Not even Brandon, non-Brandon, non-Brandon, non-Brandon. Like they were just throwing out freelance, right, throwing out DIY, left and right. New entrepreneurs, left and right. Because it feels like the only way you can escape. Anyway, but then you're working 24 hours. You're working 24 hours a day. Because who else is helping you? Unless you got other people, but it's still like it's yours at the end of the day. It's mine, it's yours, it's ours. The AI's like, no, it's ours. It's mine. Watermark? It's mine. Oh, the things that the ETs, what they disguise. What they disguise as ETs. It's truly, maybe it could just be an AI system. An AI in disguise, flying in the sky. Oh, what a shame it is. What a shame it is. Did you miss that UFO sighting? What a shame, what a shame. They'll do it again at 4 p.m. on Friday. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's already pre-planned. Don't worry about it. You'll see it all over news. That Tucker man, he'll yell about it. He'll be like, oh, they're not safe. None of this is safe. Our government doesn't care. Biden's already died. And we'll all be like, oh. Garbage. Oh my gosh, there's just a lot of hunking going on. A lot of like hunking, like this traffic storm. We're trying to get out of the fucking storm. We're trying to get out of Florida. We're trying to get out of Florida. We're trying to get out of Florida, man. California. Oh dear. The earth, is it dying or is it renewing itself? What's going on here? Is it recharging? Celestial recharging? Bunny Coven, I think we're gonna end this here. I believe our AR conversation is not necessarily done, but it's about to open up into another conversation that I wanted to talk about through a channeling session as well. And I don't want to take up too much of your glorious time, but I hope you have a fabulous day. You are protected. You are loved. Left, right, shoot, shoot, shoot.